In Tianjin, as the world watched the SCO Summit unfold, one leader stood out, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, not just as the voice of India, but as the architect of a new balance in the global order. Not just a participant on the power table, but the setting terms for the high table of Eurasia.
It's okay. Thank you. Thanks for everything. Thank you. All the best. Thank you very much. And anything for me, please let me know. Thank you, sir.
The SCO represents more than half of humanity. These visuals fired power signals to all of Europe, America, and the Western Bloc. India's strategic pivot on its terms, perhaps driving unprecedented multipolarity, a functioning at a scale that Washington is fuming.
Let's think about it. They have higher tariffs, there are Maharaja tariffs, higher non-tariff barriers. We run a massive trade deficit with them, so that hurts American workers, hurts American businesses. Then they use the money that they get from us when they sell us stuff to buy Russian oil, which then is processed by refiners and they make a bunch of money there. But then the Russians use the money to build more arms and kill Ukrainians, and so American taxpayers have to provide more aid, military style, to the Ukrainians. So that's insane.
In an era where America's unilateralism is being challenged due to Donald Trump's insular, arrogant, and hegemonic positions, Prime Minister Modi has emerged as the counterweight, not by isolation but by engagement.
But we've made a lot of progress, and as you know, we put a 50% tariff on India on oil. They're the second largest. They're very close to China in terms of the purchase of oil from Russia. Well, we'll determine that later, but right now they're paying a 50% tariff. Okay?
इस साल के पहले क्वार्टर के जीडीपी नंबर आए हैं. एक बार फिर भारत ने हर उम्मीद, हर अपेक्षा, हर आकलन से भी बेहतर प्रदर्शन किया है. एक तरफ जब दुनिया भर की इकोनॉमी में चिंताएं हैं, आर्थिक स्वार्थ से पैदा हुई चुनौतियां हैं, उस माहौल में भारत ने 7.8% की ग्रोथ हासिल करके दिखाई है.
Unlike Trump's tariff wars or Biden's hesitant foreign policy, Modi has positioned India as a bridge between West and East, between North and South. Modi's signaling to Washington at the SCO was to demonstrate that India had options beyond America. Modi stitched up enhanced ties with Russia, which would have been a major burn moment for the White House after Trump stomping and fuming about India buying Russian oil.
It's been very well disturbed by this. It doesn't help when the President of the United States tells their largest or second largest oil buyer that we're putting a 50% tariff on you if you buy oil from Russia. That was a big blow. And then they say, gee, he wasn't so tough. Nobody else would have done that. And I haven't stopped there. I mean, look, I was all set to do things far bigger than that, but I got a call that they'd like to meet, and I'm going to see what they want to meet about. I'd like to see a ceasefire. I'd like to see the best deal that could be made for both parties.
What's clear is that India would roll on its own terms, but even more is India's strategic fresh engagement with China. Far from rigidity, Trump's tariff tantrums have opened up a line between Beijing and New Delhi, the unthinkable, many would say. China has been the second largest trading partner for India by estimates, so Xi's desire of the elephant and dragon dancing together is unsurprising.
And to have the dragon and the elephant dance together.
But the approach from Prime Minister Modi went beyond just serving Bharat's economic interests, as he laid deep emphasis on peace at the border and mutual respect, the non-negotiable baselines for New Delhi for economic cooperation.
पिछले वर्ष कयान में हमारी बहुत ही सार्थक चर्चा हुई थी. हमारे संबंधों को एक सकारात्मक दिशा मिली। सीमा पर डिसएंगेजमेंट के बाद शांति और स्थिरता का माहौल बना हुआ।
With Xi and Shehbaz Sharif on the table, Prime Minister Modi did neither hesitated signaling on China's CPEC, nor did he flinch from calling out terror supporters in the context of Islamabad, taking direct aim at Islamabad and Rawalpindi.
कि कनेक्टिविटी के हर प्रयास में संप्रभुता और क्षेत्रीय अखंडता का सम्मान होना चाहिए। यही SCO चार्टर के मूल सिद्धांतों में भी विदित है। कनेक्टिविटी दैट bypasses sovereignty, losing trust and meaning। भारत पिछले 4 दशकों से निर्मम आतंकवाद का दंश झेल रहा है। कितनी ही माताओं ने अपने बच्चे खोए और कितने बच्चे अनाथ हो गए। हाल ही में हमने पहलगाम में टेररिज्म का बहुत ही घिनौना रूप देखा। इस दुख की घड़ी में जो मित्र देश हमारे साथ खड़े रहे, मैं उनका आभार व्यक्त।
Where others see rivalry, Modi saw leverage. In the Modi-Xi handshake lies the unspoken balance of Asia. In the Modi-Putin bonhomie lies the East's defiance of sanctions. And in the SCO applause lies a new reality. India is no longer a guest in the great game. It is the game changer.
Historic meeting for many reasons. A, it's first breaking the ice between India and China after 7 years of, deadlock. And then I think this is a very good initiative for a trust building measures. I mean, building measures between the trust building measure between the two countries. And then you are also the timing of it, which is quite important. It comes after the tariff sanctions that implemented by the American on the India and on the rest of the world, and in particularly India, the 25% plus that they have, that President Trump put on India.
President Trump has pushed Modi closer to Putin and Xi, but I wouldn't look at that visual that we saw, that compelling visual, and think that it is necessarily the case that those three men will now always work together. Modi is smart. Modi is playing his cards, and he's reminding the US that he has a choice.
Preceding Prime Minister Modi's visit to China was a bilateral engagement in Japan. More than just a routine scheduling, New Delhi's strategy should be lost on no one.
Friends, भारत और जापान एक free, open, peaceful, prosperous and rules-based Indo-Pacific के प्रति पूरी तरह से प्रतिबद्ध है.
Riding the bullet train together, Japanese PM Shigeru Ishiba and PM Modi marked the 15th India-Japan Annual Summit right on the heels of the SCO. Japan, a key member of the Quad, has long seen India as a loyal friend. India favored the Japanese-made bullet trains instead of the cheaper Chinese alternatives, making a strategic choice to prioritize long-term reliability over quick fixes.
India and Japan partnership is rooted in mutual trust, reflects our national priorities, and is shaped by our shared values and beliefs. Together, we carry a common dream of peace, progress, and prosperity of our peoples and for the world.
The Japan visit also raked in key projects of intent and cooperation on green energy and space cooperation, cornerstones of PM Modi's visit for Bharat's future, and an indication that New Delhi sees Tokyo as a long-term friend to build the future. For decades, the global order was defined by Washington and Moscow. Then came Beijing's rise. But in Tianjin, on the back of Tokyo, the world witnessed something different. The rise of Bharat as a civilizational power, not aligned but leading. The global order is no longer about superpowers alone. It is about sovereigns with vision. And if the SCO Summit proved one thing, it's that Narendra Modi has redrawn the map of power, with India firmly at the heart of it.